Mm,
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our TGIF show today. So here we are again with Kunyawin.
mm, Yes.
And the best thing is, here is our T-shirt, our tee. We have just printed out.
Mm,
Okay. All right. And good. So today, I have chosen a topic to talk about. That is how teaching, right? How teaching
mm,
career has helped us in our way to our academic life and also our
Yes.
personal life as well. Because we were both, I mean, not we were, I mean, for me, I'm currently also teaching, so I'm currently a teacher, but when Yang he was a former teacher, former trainer for English speakings. So, we really talk about, share about our experience and how it has helped on our
mm,
way out to current. Okay. So can you like
Yes.
how would you like to share about your experience?
All right. So actually, for me, before I became a teacher, I had never thought myself that I would be a teacher one day because teaching is one of the jobs that I will never like to do. So I am not that much patient. But when I have a chance to do something as a guide teacher after my matriculation, I just chose it. I don't know why, but I at the time I was not. I mean, I did not have anything to do. So when I got a chance, as I mentioned earlier, I just figured it and I just did something what I would never like to do. But I think after becoming a teacher and guide for some people, when I saw the fruitful session with them, and when I saw they could understand what I was teaching to them, and I feel happy and glad and also elated. Maybe that might be the reason when I used to step into a teaching career. Even though not very, like professional teacher, but I try to train a lot of people to improve their speaking and um writing grammatically so they can be correct. So yeah, that's why I was quite satisfied with my career. Yes.
Ah, I see,
So
I
what
see.
about you, Yume?
All
How
right.
did you become a
So
teacher?
yeah, so back in 2022, I guess. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's around in COVID pandemic, and I've got nothing to do actually because I also haven't thought about that I will become a teacher, right
Yes.
now. So at the time, think I I think I have already told in the previous video as well that I started to learn English again, to be proficient. And also the fact that I keep on learning it, and I kind of developed a trait that I like to show what I have known. I like to share my knowledge to the others. So that kind of leads me to become a speaking trainer. So at our summer educations, which I applying for, and then starting from there, my teaching journey has started. So from there, I started teaching young learners. The I think it's Cambridge for the Cambridge exams like
Mm.
movers, flyers, things like that. So I started teaching them from there, and later I got more honestly, I got more clients, I would say, because some more of the students come to me and they kind of inquire me to, to teach them the English language. And after that, I thought, okay, so I think right now, I think it will be better to become an English teacher. So I started learning about the teaching methodology and also
Mm.
other teaching techniques as well. And I became a full skill teacher, full skill, general full skill teacher at one organization. And after that, I think I've all the things I've done is from online, but I do have some experience in campus teaching for GD again. So also the GD is when I have finished GD in March 2023, I also started guiding it, right? To other,
Mm.
so one-on-one guide, I would say. And
Yeah.
and then after that, I took SCT on December 2023 as well. And also again, I started guiding the SCT English as well. So it's like not especially choosing the career of teaching, but especially like the kind of like the trait in me to choose to share knowledge to others,
Yes.
also bring me out to become a teacher. That's like that. So but I don't personally choose it, but I would say my habit chose me to become a trainer
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
I see. Yeah. I think in that case, I will also feel the same with you because I cannot definitely say teaching. I mean, when I have to say teaching is my passion, that I'm gonna be lying in that case, right? Because I can say teaching is not one of my biggest passion that I have been doing so far, but I am quite I have to say thank you to the teaching career because of that I have to reap a lot of like benefits which I might never have had if only I did not have a chance to be a teacher. For example, like when I have to do some presentation session in my school in Singapore, with the help of the teacher, I can clearly understand what the strongest point that I have to show to my teacher. Because of that, my GPA was higher than my classmate. So that was pretty true. On the other hand, we also have to think about how to interact with other people. As I am a teacher, as I used to be a teacher, I definitely knew how to talk to other people, either politely, gently, or roughly. So because of that, my communication cycle became broad, and I also became broad-minded people. So when I have to meet with the types of people, career-minded, also like the personality-oriented people, I also have to learn a lot from them. So okay, I have to say thank you again for my teaching career. Without, I mean, if only I didn't become a teacher, I would never be the same right now. I would be some
Mm.
the random boy doing some shitty things wrong. I
Mm.
might even, like fall in love with girls only. So I I might
But you
never do
actually are right.
something. Yeah, yeah, I might never do something which might be good to my life. Because of the
uh,
teaching career, I met a lot of like great people and they guided me and they eliminate my life. I have to say like that. So
mm.
you mean I have to ask you one thing, right? As I
Yes.
mentioned earlier in the early podcast, I was not pretty passionate about teaching, but teaching can give me a lot of benefits. What about you? Did you really know yourself that you are really passionate about teaching, or you just randomly entered to that industry? So how?
Hmm.
Can you explain me
Yeah.
more about it?
Yeah, it would be a bit complex to explain, but first of all, I
Mm,
don't really first of all, I don't really feel that much that much passion in teachings, but
mm,
I think I started to like the feeling that I got it after I have taught someone and once someone understood the lessons or the concept of something. And then like when they took the task and they pass it and they show their gratitude to me. So that's what makes me to feel more I want to say more keen on to teaching like
teaching,
more and
yes.
more. Yeah. That's the thing like because I've never had the feeling in my life. So when someone thanks me for what I have given to them, so I felt, proud of myself that I could lead someone, I could get someone, at a very young age. So then
Mm,
I started to, put more effort into teaching. So just like that, so the action, I do that action repetitively. So it kind of like gets into me. So that's why now I might say I'm passionate about teaching. I'm passionate teaching right now.
yes,
So
yes.
because of those experience, I think I also developed how to say, like skill there, the communication skills and also
Mm,
interpersonal skill as well. And I felt more, I become more empathetic or and also sympathetic as well. Because in teaching, it's not about just, making someone understand lessons. It's also about caring that. It's also about, guiding them,
mm.
It's also about the listening to what they want to say like that. So I guess I became, more matured by teaching as well.
That's right.
And also the
Yeah.
fact that because I have to communicate with a lot of people, a lot of students, so most of them are older than me. So even though I'm like in those cases, I felt how to say, so back in that time, I don't really dare to, talk to anyone who is older than me. So, but then
Mm,
when I have to teach them, so I have to become more matured. I have to act like a mature person, like an adult to teach them. So that's how it kind of gets into me, to become more of an adult at a very young age. So I think that's also kind of, it increased my maturity, I would say. Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, yeah, I think I can even see that, right? Because
Mhm.
I firstly seen you in the maybe around 2.5 years ago exactly. I think so. Maybe at the time you started joining with me in the speaking partner program. At the time you were like a very young child. Then
Mhm.
sometimes you still have to hesitate to output your thought. But right now you're completely different. So because of the teaching, I think so. It's quite advantageous to you, right? That's
Mhm.
also right. Pretty right. And also another thing that I have to point out to some people who likes to become a teacher. Maybe sometimes being a teacher is not all about teaching. So you can learn a lot like both me and Yemi have already mentioned everything that you can read from teacher, right?
Mhm.
So people usually think that you can learn a lot by studying. For me, I when I used to be a volunteer teacher in Controles, I was just only maybe 70 years old. Uh, that's 3 years ago. I used to be 70 years old boy. My English level was estimatably upper intermediate level. So I cannot say I was pretty stable in upper intermediate. Sometimes when I haven't steady so far, maybe I might jump down back to intermediate like this, right? But when I have to be a volunteer teacher in there, I have to explain to some elementary student. But I at the time did not literally have some teaching qualification, but I tried to use my integrity and my passion on my commitment, also my dedication to all of my students. Thanks to these qualification and characteristic, uh, I I just have to learn a lot by myself because no matter whether the level is, if you are a teacher, you have to know almost everything. I can understand you cannot know everything, right? But you still have to learn when you are teaching. For me, because of the learning curve, English, how do we say? I was never afraid to speak English, either foreigner or the local people. I just don't care. So I am quite confident enough because I teach a lot of people and I learn a lot from them. Also, I also have to learn a lot of myself to develop my student as well. So if you're thinking about to be a teacher, try to try to be a teacher. And then being a teacher can teach you a lot when you are becoming a teacher. So that's some of the hidden truth that so many people cannot like speak it out. So but for me and my man, based on our true story, teaching can change a lot, can change you entirely. So be a teacher if you're passionate, or if you're not passionate, if you want to be, how do we say, if you want to be accountable or responsible like me, you want other people develop, then you can also be a teacher.
Mhm.
Not only you are passionate about teaching, as long as you are responsible and you can come for duty and test as a teacher, then go for it. So that's my opinion about teaching. What about you, Mimi? What might be the hidden truth that you like to say to other people who wants to be a teacher? Yeah.
Yeah, that was about that, So
Mm.
so I have to say that one myth that, so when you can ace that subject, or when you can ace that exam, or when you are really good at that subject, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can teach to anyone like that. So like teaching is not about, being really good in your, I can say, in your subject or in your perspective, I want to say perspective skills, I would say. It's about, having the passion, or it's about having the will, I would say, it's about willing to teach the other. It's about willing to share your knowledge with others. So if you have that trait in you, that means you can teach it, right? So
Yes,
I would
yes.
say that you don't have to be good at it, but you have to be just, you can just become average at that level, or you can become more than average on that particular subject. So if you just have the willing to share the knowledge, I think you can become a teacher in that case, because teaching is about every that, teaching is not about, being proficient in that subject. Teaching is about sharing your knowledge. It's about guiding them. It's about explaining them. So
Yes.
also you don't have to be patient, right? You also have to be patient, and also you have to listen to what the students want to say to you, right? You have to listen to them, because I would say that, most of the students, they really rely on their teachers, they kind of like, they thought that teachers are really responsible for them. They thought teachers also reliable, and they kind of find it's a safe place to share their
Mm,
emotions to the teachers, I would say. Because I also have that experience, So most of my students, like whenever their exam is getting near, they got really nervous, and they also like to share me about what they are feeling right now, the emotions, and what I have to do at the time. I have to listen to them. I have to advise them, so what to do and how to feel. I have to encourage them. I have to motivate them. So a lot of things I have yet to do, not just about teaching. So if you have that passion, if you can, listen to someone really carefully, and if you can motivate them, so that will make you to be a good teacher. And because of those prospects, because of those, benefits, you also get, you also get known by really, I want to say, by good news. I'll say also your student will spread your news, right? So how is your personality, and also how you treat them, like they also share to their friends, right? And also your news
yes.
will be known by everyone like that, so in that industry. So you don't have to, share who you are and what you want to be like that. Your student will completely, share about that, right? They will completely share about that. So in those cases, you will get known by many people. That means you will get more connections. So when you get more connections, you get more opportunities to expand your careers, and also your how can I say, your social network as well, right? So because of that, I think you will get a lot of benefits out of it, and you will become more mature than you will ever be, I guess. Yeah. So also the fact that you can also make your own income, right? That's also another fact that, you can also make your income. So you don't
Yes.
have to ask from your parents like that. So that's also the fact that I started teaching as well, and I still keep on doing that because I got that. It's one of the most important thing, I would say. Not the most important. I would say one of it. One of them.
Yeah, yeah, one of the most important
Uh
factors. So we have to
yeah.
consider. Okay. Yeah, you're right.
Mm.
So, all right, I think today it was a long story. Okay, to make a
Mm-hmm.
long story short, all in all, both me, Nyawin and Yamin, so both of us were trying to invite to all of people who wants to become a teacher. But as we mentioned earlier, right? Yamin is a pretty passionate teacher, but for me, I was a pretty responsible teacher. So you just only have to be responsible, either responsible or passionate to be a teacher. So try to complete these tests and you can be a teacher. Try to learn more a lot, as much as you can while you're becoming a teacher. So try other people develop, and if you have some other like-minded professional skill, you can share with other people to become like you. So that's what we have to say about teaching, right? Sometimes if you love sharing, yeah, you can also be a good trainer, not even a teacher, right? So okay, I think that's all for me. Yumi, is there any other thing you like to invite to some people, like some young people, to become
Yeah.
like-minded with you?
Yeah, I would say,
So
just don't care about your age, no matter whether you are young or old. You can still become a teacher or a trainer, in your perspective way. I don't mean like, just teaching English. I mean in other ways, like for example, like mathematics, also the physics, and also I could say like, if you are really good at how to say computer programming, you can also teach it to others, right? So
hmm,
everything you learn, everything you know, you can share to them, you can explain to them. So if you can do that actions, then you can become a good trainer, and also you can become a good teacher in that way. So
that's it.
I don't want to
Yeah.
add a lot of things, so because that will be a
All
really
right.
long video. So I would just say I will stop here, and the last message I want to say is uh is do not afraid to become a teacher. Don't do not care about anyone. Well, do not care about your any surrounding one. That will criticize you, right? So don't care anything. Just be yourself. Just do it what you feel like it. So
Yes.
just give it a shot. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So all in all, trying to be either responsible or passionate about teaching. Then try to be some empathetic or sympathetic to other people. That's what we like to say at the end of the day, right? Okay.
Yes.
So I think we have already arrived time to say goodbye, right? So let's call
Yeah.
it a
It's
day.
all.
Then we have
Mm,
to stop here. Okay.
okay. Yeah. So I'll say thank you for watching these videos. And if you want to share your support, you can also subscribe to our channel and also share our content on Facebook
Okay.
as well if you would like
Yeah.
to. And we'll see you in next videos, right? And just keep on that. Okay. So bye bye.
Hope to see you soon. Bye bye.